The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Shalom and welcome to the SINagoguge. This is a podcast for consenting adults for information, education, and entertainment on BDSM, sexuality, and all things related. If you're not a legal, enthusiastically consenting adult, then
pick up the needle, press pause, or turn the radio off.
For those who remain, now might be a good time to switch to your headphones.
Welcome to the SINagoguge. I am your host. They call me the Rabbi.
Pretty fly for a rabbi.
I put the sin in SINagogue, and I am a cisgender, ambimorous, gynesexual, sadistic, bratty, daddy dom. Sex therapist by day, kink educator by night, and in both these roles I help people make their kink a religious experience. While I am a mental health professional, this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not a replacement for therapy. Seek out the assistance of a trained professional for help with your specific situation. With me today is my partner, my ADHD squirrel wrangler, my submissive, my brat, my pony, or just my little pony. Aww.
Aww.
The Ricky to my Lucy, LilBit.
Hey, everybody.
This is episode number 0, because we're just here to talk about ourselves and give you a little introduction to who we are. But first, a word from our sponsor. So, I am your host, the Rabbi.
I am the co-host, LilBit.
Let's see a little bit about ourselves. I will start with me, because I know me best.
That's a surprise. I should hope so.
I was born on International Sex Day, or June 9th, written shorthand as 6-9. I identify with he, him pronouns, and I am a cisgender, ambimorous, gynesexual, sadistic, bratty, daddy, dom. Because everybody always asks. Ambimorous, I'm good in both mono and poly relationships. Gynesexual, I am attracted to femininity in its many forms. People have called me the Prince of Pervertibles, the Pied Piper of Brats, and the Carrot Top of Kink, and I think that last one was a compliment. I create my own fun little toys with a sadistic flair that make the prop master on Cutthroat Kitchen jealous, including ceiling fan paddles, Lego nipple clamps, and a mop head flogger. And a toy I like to call a Bruise-A-Bear, which is a teddy bear that has been filled with construction foam and turned into a paddle. I have electrified people with slinkies, broken all 10 commandments over somebody's ass, and hit people with everything I can get my hands on, including a literal kitchen sink. By day, I'm a licensed professional counselor and certified sex therapist. By night, I'm a kink educator who has, with my partner here, LilBit, presented on kink and related topics in person and virtually for groups nationally and internationally, ranging from Guild of Deviated Standards, Planned Parenthood, Beyond Leather, Wicked Grounds, Frolicon, DomCon, FetishCon, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and many more. 90 different classes for more than 35 groups on 16 different topics. I received the 2022 Leather Leadership Conference New Leader Grant, and that's who I am.
Wow, that's a hard introduction to follow. So I am LilBit. I am a kinky, queer, like bisexual, pansexual. I lump those two together in my own little head. Leather woman. I am a submissive. Actually a bottom-heavy switch. Identify mostly as submissive, but if the vibe is right and all of that good stuff, then I am a switch. Let's see here. What else should I talk about? I educate with my partner here, the Rabbi. I have taught classes on pony play, assisted in lots of demo bottoming with him.
So some of the classes that I teach, since you brought up that topic, dollar store domination, chain fisting, age play, body drumming, electro play with and without the violet wand. I teach a class on disc theory, fire play, cell popping, quills, gua sha, bratty daddies, bratting, body language, scene negotiation with strangers, knife play, and more coming all the time.
Yes. You have quite the lineup, especially can find all of the lineup of classes of what you have taught as well as upcoming classes on your website.
On our website.
On our website. I'm sorry.
SINagoguge, BDSM, that's sin with an I, because I'm extra like that.
Totally extra with all the glitter. Let's see, what else do I do besides wrangle you? Let's see, identify as a leather woman. I have done a class on cigar service. I've actually co-hosted that with a very good friend of mine, which I was absolutely thrilled to do. I have taught ASL classes, both local and for other folks who have asked to do some basic learning for ASL and how to be respectful to deaf culture. Let's see here. I have also interpreted for different kink events, which has been one of the ways that I have been thrilled to be able to help give back to my local community. I am a title holder. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm a title holder for Valley Regional Miss 2000 or Miss Leather for 2015, and then Miss Tri-State Leather 2018.
Your secret origin story into kink.
My secret origin story? Oh goodness, I don't know about that.
You don't know how you got into kink?
Oh no, I know how I got into kink. I don't know if it's quite, that much of a secret. So way back when I was... No, we're not going to go that far back. It's one of those things I've always been drawn to, interested in, and such like that for far longer than what I recognized as being kink. But it wasn't until later on that I was able to go to actually my first leather event, local event, where they had demos for flogging, which was absolutely fantastic, that I was going, yep, I definitely want to try that. Fast forward shortly into a weekend pony play intensive, which was absolutely phenomenal and amazing. And as I've just gone on, kind of the rest has been history. So that's me in a nutshell.
So my secret origin story into kink, many years ago, I was dating this girl. I lost my job. She broke up with me because I didn't have a job, which sucked. But she had, while we were dating, asked me if I knew what a munch was. Of course, I immediately looked it up through the Google and lied and said I did. After we broke up, I couldn't, just make a job appear out of thin air. But what I could do to try to win her back was learn all about this kink thing and be the best kink person I could possibly be. Not knowing anyone else who was really into kink, I, of course, turned to the one person I did know, and that was the person who I had been talking to on OkCupid before the girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I knew she was kinky because she told me she was a rigger, and I asked her where she went rock climbing around these parts. So we went to dinner. She's telling me about the various forms of power exchange: master, slave, dom, sub, daddy, dom, little girl. And I went, ooh, that's it. That's me. What is that? And I was hooked from there. Looking back, all the signs were there. My high school girlfriend, for example, broke up with me because she said I acted more like a parent than a boyfriend. And yeah, now that makes sense.
Totally.
Just needed to find the person who complimented that. And I think I have.
Aww.
So yeah, I've been doing that since then. Tied into that, I was seeing my own therapist at the time. She was great, she was wonderful, but she had no idea about kink and stuff, which was fine for me, because if I could explain all these concepts to her like power exchange, then I knew I understood them. But I also realized that if I had been in the lifestyle for years and years and years, having to explain this stuff to somebody would really suck and would be a barrier to therapy, which is how I got the idea, part of how I got the idea of to go back to school to be a therapist and to be a sex therapist and to work with the kink and poly communities. Never actually went back for the girl, but yeah.
I was going to say, I think it turned out all right in the end.
Yeah, you're a good replacement.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, well, you know.
I mean, the other half that inspired me to be a sex therapist is 3 times in a week I had to explain to a platonic female friend how to find their own G-spot, and I went, damn it, I'm doing this way too much to be doing it for free. So between those two, that's what pointed me in this direction, and I haven't looked back since.
That's a good thing.
Anything else we should share in this, our introductory episode?
I'm not sure. Part of me is also curious as to if we have, or our listeners, like to be able to send questions, to be able to help answer, you know, just a little bit more about us each time.
Yes, and how to contact us is at the thing that's at the end of the show every week. But you can contact us through the website, SINagoguge.and. Again, send with an I. And we also have a hotline you can call. The number is 469-269-0403. And yes, I deliberately got that number.
I'm not surprised.
All right, well, that does it for this, our introductory episode. Say goodnight, LilBit.
Good night, LilBit.
Follow us on Facebook, FetLife, Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube as SINagogue BDSM, and on Instagram and TikTok as SINagogue Kink. If you enjoyed or learned something from this podcast, consider making a donation via PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Patreon, or Ko-fi. Username SINagogue, or find those links to all of those on our website, SINagogueBDSM.com. Remember, that's SINagogue with an I. Also on the website, links to past episodes, upcoming classes, book us as educators, shop our store, and more.
SINagogue hosts and guests are subject matter experts but are not the expert. We believe that, outside of violating consent, there is no wrong way to do kink, except to think your way is the only way. This show is presented from a RAC, risk-aware consensual kink point of view, and not SSC, safe, sane, consensual, because every individual's definition of safe is different based on their own risk profile. The use of the word safe on this show fits our definition of safe, and that does not have to be your definition. Opinions expressed by guests on the show are those of the person expressing the opinion, not of the show.
Just a reminder, we try to make our content as inclusive as possible, regardless of gender, orientation, role in the lifestyle, etc. But we do inherently speak from our own point of view. For the most part, substitute our identity with your own to make it work. We want to know when we make a mistake, so we can learn and grow from those mistakes. So if you feel like we did say something that is genuinely offensive, we encourage you to let us know. Reach out to us with your questions, comments, or concerns via our website or call us at 469-269-0403.
Brought to you today by the letters and the number.
San Diego High School football rule!